Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hello, everyone. Happy Monday. Let me get some music going in here. Maybe. Good morning. Come on in. I don't see it yet, so.
So you're in a hurry? Well, you better calm down. We're all friends around you, just join the fun. 'Cause if you're in a hurry, you're missing the point. Should enjoy the fruits of life instead of chasing coins. Because it's a beautiful day. Isn't so come on, let's play. Forget the rush you're in and find a good spot. Sit down and join us as we sing a good song. Kick back, relax, and just follow along. Oh, we got plenty of time. Taking it easy won't cost you a dime. Throw another log onto the fire. Because it's a beautiful day. And come on, let's play.
Everybody doing? Hello, Suzanne. And Blue, you're in here this morning. How's the babies? I'm missing my Pocky and Gruff. All right, let's do the heart brain and get more people in here. As you do the heart brain, just think about somebody that you want to hold in your heart and call them in here if they're not here yet. So hand on the heart and slow down the breathing and add in love. Don't forget to love yourself. That's the most important one. That's self-love and self-care. Who did you call in? Let's see. Oh, the babies are happy pants this morning. Good. That means that you're up and they're loving life, right? When mama's happy, the babies are happy. All right. Did you call somebody in? Did you say a name? Say it out loud because that really works. If I talk about somebody, they usually text me or call me, or if I type their name in or ask them to come in, they usually show up. So who do we want to get in here this morning? We haven't seen Stacy in a while. Let's ask Stacy to come in. So calling in Stacy, Linda. Oh, who's not here? Jennifer. I love this game. And there's Deirdre, Suzanne. That's right. Let's call in Stacy, Tammy. Oh, who am I missing? Catherine Kovacs. Kathy says, I think the angels here need to recruit warrior angels to make this house a happy and peaceful home. Hold on to that card that you had yesterday, Kathy, because you know that Kuan Yin, she's pretty smart, and she helps us to always have the right message. And yesterday it was an angel card, but it was still guided by Kuan Yin. Blue says cloudy and snow flurries on top of 2 feet of white stuff. She's calling in Joanne Castrillo. Yeah, Joanne's probably on her way to work. So yeah, let's get her in here. Let her know we're thinking about her. Linda Lemieux, Andrea Gregg. We haven't seen Andrea on here in a bit. So let's get her in here. It's been a while since we've had her on. So always good to have people in. They haven't been here for a while, so we can do a checkup, make sure they're okay. All right, I'm going to read the blog from last night, which is Choose Love. Maya Angelou said, the sisters and brothers that you meet give you the materials which your character uses to build itself. It is said that some people are born great, others achieve it, some have it thrust upon them. In truth, the ways in which your character is built have to do with all 3 of those around you, those you choose, and those who choose you. Who we surround ourselves with makes all the difference in how we live our lives. As I reflected on my circle of friends tonight, I had an inner glow just feeling into the energy of each one. While it has not always been this way throughout my lifetime, it feels really good to feel such love and positive energy. Dear angels, I know that we call our spiritual family to us in each lifetime. Those relationships are precious and make the struggles a little easier to handle. I know there are many, though, who live in pain and misery. My heart wishes all beings on the planet could experience love and joy. I know we live in a world where the contrast is our teacher, so on that level, I do understand. Dear ones, you were never meant to face challenges alone. How big or little your circle is depends on you. How open is your heart to receive love? Do you shrink away because of fear? Fear that you will disappoint or be disappointed? Fear that you will receive a heart hurt? You can stay in your illusion, or you can stay in the now moment. Trying to predict the outcome of a situation, especially based on past experiences, is like trying to count the number of stars in your galaxy. We encourage you to turn to a more positive thought. Play with what if with a positive outcome instead of fear and dread. You self-sabotage whenever you go into fear. Call it out for what it is. It is not based in reality. Love is the only thing that is real. Fear comes from seeing separation and illusions. When you find yourself feeling anxious or afraid, step back into your heart. Tell fear that it is a liar. If you are feeling isolated and alone because of the fear that no one will understand or care, reach out to one person. This is important, dear ones. Do not sit and stew in your low vibration energy. Who will you choose to ask to sit with you? Once you feel that love and support, you can then breathe. You can begin to see with more clarity. Lift each other in love. Encourage each other. Practice loving kindness to yourself and others. When you give yourself this gift, you will begin to see the fear for what it is and know that it has no place in your life experience. Choose love, dear ones, and feel the transformation that comes with it. Dear angels, today I promise to focus solely on love and light. Everything else is just an illusion. Only love is real. And that we know for a fact when we start thinking about why do we get anxious? Why do we fear? What's going on? Because we've stepped out of our heart where we know that only love is real. And, you know, the anxiety, that fear that we have, what's it based on? It's based on something that might happen. We don't know. We can't predict that. We can't predict an outcome. So when you find yourself anxious, when you find yourself worrying, worry is not your friend. And look at it, examine it, dissect it. Why am I worried? What am I thinking? I love that Karen Palmer teaches us to wait. What am I thinking? And just really look at it and see, is that the real story? Or is that a story that I have running around in my head? No idea where it came from, maybe from a past hurt, but it's not real. So let's see what's going on. Rookie, hi, sweetheart. Oh, I'm so glad you're here. And Kathy, you're home from work today. Oh, honey, go into your heart. Stay in your heart, because your head is going to tell you the story that everything is topsy-turvy and nothing's going right. So stay in your heart and stay there and let that energy be what surrounds you. Josie and Ricky, I'm so glad you guys are here. Good morning. The guy's here to take down the carport. Prayers for safe working. Indeed. Yes. Let's do that. Let's lift you up for that. So let's get a Kuan Yin card going on and see what she has to say about all of this choosing love, and that love is all there is. And there's our Catherine Kovacs. Speaking of little love bunny, I love it when Catherine comes in. Such beautiful energy. All right, so what's we got? Kuan Yin. We have moved by the call. There's Joanne. Good morning, Joanne. Wild love of my own soul, I call upon you. I trust in the process of letting go and the wild, loving life calling me to my divine destiny. I trust in my fearless spirit. Yeah, you know, you can't make these things up. Trust in your fearless spirit. And we have to do that. We have to trust that when that fear comes in, it's not real. And really look at it. Why is it there? What's it telling me? What am I responding to? And what in my experience is being triggered? Did something happen earlier in this human life that something is telling me I need to clear it? Because now there's a fear there where it wasn't before. So when you stay in your heart, you know that in this moment, this now moment, you're safe. In this now moment, there is nothing to fear. There is only fear itself. Kathy, you'll stay in your heart. Yes, love is always the answer. Kuan Yin tells us that love is the energy that heals. So allow that love to heal situations. We can't change anybody. That's the thing. When we're reacting to a behavior, we can't change that behavior. The only person we can change is ourselves. So if there's an issue with somebody, I can't change that person. All I can change is me. I can't make John Thaddeus Fiore like pineapple on pizza. I can only change me. And I love pineapple on pizza, so I will continue to have that. If I ever have pizza again, I'm really loving the change that I have made in nutrition, in what I'm feeding my body, in my lifestyle now, moving more, getting more exercise. But those other people, what we consider other people, they're really just our mirrors for what's going on inside of us. We can't change anybody's mind, can't change their behavior. We can influence for sure. We can, have that life where it doesn't matter that you don't like what I like and you don't think the same way I think. We're all unique. We have our own experiences. So maybe John's experience is he's never tried pineapple on pizza. You love it too, Suzanne. I do. But I know that John doesn't. And I know he thinks that that's, what's the word? Well, I know a word, but I won't say it. But he thinks that you can't do that. And that's okay, John. You don't have to put the pineapple on. Skip the pineapple. Julie Kiss, good morning, sweetheart. And Suzanne, for you, it's financial worries. Okay, so how can you turn that around, Suzanne? How can you turn the worry around to confidence? And let's go back to love. Love is always the answer. So when you're thinking about, oh, I don't have the money for this, or how am I going to do that? How am I going to live? So when you think about that, that's a lack mentality. And so you turn that worry around with trust, with belief. Oh my goodness. Hi, Gail Zimmerman. Yes, Suzanne, that's right. The faith. I started this journey, and you all came with me over 2 years ago. I had no idea how that was going to happen. I had no idea where any money was going to come from, if I was going to just be out on the streets, if I would sleep in my car every day. I didn't know what it looked like. I had to have total faith and trust that I was being shown to do it, which I was, and that everything would work perfectly, that everything would work out where I would have the means to continue the journey, because it's an important mission. So when you look at worrying, doesn't help, does it? Worry only takes you lower on that vibration. So if I'm already thinking a thought of, oh my gosh, I don't know how this is going to work, I can either choose to say, maybe I won't do it. Maybe it won't work. I'll just continue on with my life and know that I'm supposed to be doing something, but it's not going to happen because I don't know how it's going to happen. That's the worry mind. That's the one that stops all of the action from fear. It's like frozen fear. Or I can say, all right, I am hearing this message loud and clear. I know I have something to do that the angels are guiding. And if they're guiding it, they're going to be there for me to supply what's needed. And that's the difference. We can worry and stop everything, or we can have that faith and that trust and say, all right, angels, this is what you've shown me. These are my next steps that I'm to do. Now, let's see how it can happen. And so it's opening up to possibilities. When you stop the worry, then you can start looking at how things are playing out for you. And I always say trust is, it's like an openness that is going to show you the reality. So I can always look back. I have 20/20 vision. I look back and say, oh, look at that. Look now, the clarity shows up that everything was falling into place where it was supposed to be. I was always there wherever I was meant to be at any given time. I can look back and see where the angels placed me, that I was needed, that there was something going on in that area or that home or whatever it might be. That's where I was. And yeah, it's interesting when you just step out on faith and you trust the process. So that's right. So your answer was so right. Have faith and get knowledge. And Auntie Jean, our wise woman, I am so happy you're back. I'm so happy that you're feeling better. Jean says, when you fear, you go through all the pain and suffering, but nothing bad has happened. Where there is love, there is no room for fear. They are the opposite of each other. And John, I like pineapple. See, John, some of us know what's good. I'm really teasing you this morning because I'm so glad you're here. Thank you for being here, John Thaddeus. And yeah, it's true what Jean said. When you're worrying and you're stuck in that energy of what if, and you're projecting something that hasn't even happened. That's the what if that we do. What if I fail? What if I had done that starting out this journey, if I had said, but what if I get stuck somewhere? What if something bad happens like some people predicted? What if it's dangerous to be out there all alone traveling the country? If I had stuck myself in that mentality, I would have already been like, oh, I can't do this. I can't do this. But because I stepped away from the fact that I was sitting in fear, because I stepped away from the fact that it hadn't happened yet, whatever was going to happen had not shown up. And I could either fear it or I could love the journey and the excitement and the adrenaline rush of not knowing, but doing it anyway. So that's the difference. And I hope I made myself clear. I don't know if I did or not, because right now I'm just talking. Deirdre says, if EIWP, when you worry, you're not trusting the universe. You don't have the power to change what's already arranged. Ooh, I like that. Pretty good there, Deirdre, our little poet this morning. And John says, Dee and Jean don't buy into the pineapple Kool-Aid. Hey, we know where the good stuff is, John. Kathleen Caputo, please help me seeing and being on the other side today of an unexpected glitch in getting a home equity loan for my elderly cousin who needs it quickly to fix room damage from the last hurricane. The current alternatives will incur a change in her will and delays and further expense. Prayers are powerful. You know it. There is such a power in prayer. And when we gather together, as we do every day, and lift those prayers up, there's a lot of prayers and a lot of power there. So Kathleen, it hasn't happened yet. Okay. Nothing has happened yet. So staying in the heart, clearing that what if, and turning it around to a what if it happens? What if it does come true? Just like what the angels said. What if that comes through for your cousin in a powerful way. What if a miracle happens and something changes so that it takes place the way it needs to take place? Always do the positive. If you can hold a thought for 60 seconds, it changes the vibration around the energy of it. So do a what if rampage. I love doing that. Karen Palmer and I used to do that all the time to manifest. We would just get together on the phone. She'd call me up and she'll go, can you do what if for 60 seconds with me? Can we hold this positive thought that something will turn out in this miraculous good way? So do that. Hold that thought for 60 seconds and keep saying, what if that loan comes through? What if everything happens so that she can fix her house? What if this is already there for her and she just hasn't shown up yet? What if there was something in that contract that we can look at and change the wording a little bit? Keep doing the rampage. Keep doing what if in that positive way. Whatever it is, whatever our situation is, it doesn't have to be money. It can be love. It can be friends. Do it in a positive way. You're doing that now. I love it. I love it. Yes. And I saw Marietta. Hi, darling. EIWP. Everything is working perfectly in divine order. It most certainly is. Oh, she had roof damage. Okay, I gotcha. Yeah, well, let's see that roof already new and shiny and amazing. Let's just see that happening. Kamal, good morning. Thank you for being here. Happy Monday to you. And yes, happy Hanukkah, the festival of light. May the light shine upon us. I love that. Thank you for being here. Triple P, PPP. Okay. All right. So it's time for our prayers. Okay. Did I miss a message? I think I might have missed a message from Jean because I didn't see anything about Peru or her godson. So I apologize, Jean. I guess I don't have all the messages up here on my screen. Joanne says, was reading about unrest in Peru. I heard that as well over the weekend. And let's keep all of that whole country in our prayers. So any other prayers that you want to put out there, just put them in the comments. And just a little announcement. Tomorrow tomorrow I get to be in Denver at 7:00 in the morning, 7:00 my time. So that's 9:00 for you all. So I'll come on and just check in with everybody before I head out the door. I'll have to leave here no later than probably 20 after 8:00 your time. So it'll be a very short check-in in the morning. So if you want to say hello to everybody, be here at 8:00 Eastern time in the morning, and we'll say hello and send out love and see if there's any prayers that we need to lift up. But yeah, it'll be a very short show tomorrow. And Suzanne would like to put herself and her family into the prayer circle. Let's do that. Deirdre, prayers for all humans, for Gaia and world peace, and attention to human trafficking. Thank you, Deirdre. Joanne, prayers that we find a home for our unexpected guest, the baby possum. So cute. Any South Florida peeps have any ideas for an animal rescue? Yeah, the one I'm familiar with is Good Karma Pet Rescue. I used to volunteer with them. And if they can't take that baby, I know they'll probably have other resources in the area. And in fact, I think there's someone that lives very close to you, Joanne. I pet sit for her before when I was in Florida, and I'll make a connection to her and see if she has any ideas for you. And Brookie, such beautiful advice and perfect timing on letting go. Thank you. Prayers for my niece and nephew to stay well so that we can go visit them this weekend. My niece woke up with a sore throat, so hopefully it doesn't get any worse. Just see her in perfect health. What if she feels wonderful all day today? What if she knows that she can heal herself? And we all send positive energy her way, and that helps to create that energy of healing. And baby possums like grapes. All right, who knew? I didn't know. I don't know anything about them. I have seen baby possums before, and they are adorable. I don't know that I would want to hold one in my hands because, they have wicked looking teeth, and I think those are probably very sharp. Thank you, Julie, for that prayer for all in need. Okay. So if there's someone that's on your heart right now, let's put them in the prayer circle. What I have found in my experience is if I have a thought and it's not something that I expect, like sometimes I expect somebody to call me or expect to have a meeting with somebody or a session, then I know that they're on my mind for a reason. But if somebody just flashes into my head and there's a name that comes through, I know I'm supposed to be paying attention and lifting that person. So I just had that with our Grace Isis. And I know she's going through a lot with work. She's working so much and it's exhausting. And right now, she lives in New York, so it's super cold there. Probably not as cold as it is here. It's 17 degrees here right now. She just came into my head. So let's all lift up our Gracie and just send some extra love her way. And anybody else, if you have somebody that came into your thought, just put her in the prayer circle, her, him. And Joanne says, my daughter Jackie and all those who struggle with addiction, praying that she and they find self-love. Absolutely. And let's lift up our Kathy hand. I know she's here, but I know that there's a real struggle with that in her household as well. So lifting Kathy and her son and the whole family there. And Auntie Jean says they are the cutest babies. I want to know how you got a baby possum. It showed up. It just appeared in her home. And they're trying to find where it needs to be instead of inside their house. So wishing all the best with that, Joanne. And I know you're going to find out what to do with it. Oh my goodness, I'm going to stop complaining about the cold. Suzanne's daughter, Jillian, has -5 this morning. I think we're supposed to go down into the minus next week. I think it's going to get really cold here. So I'm just praying for comfort, praying that the heat keeps working and the electricity stays on for all of us that are dealing with cold weather. Thank you, Deirdre, for sending love to her. And yes, Gracie's always in my prayers too, Kathleen. And Auntie Jean says, prayers and love for my beautiful sister with a heart of gold. That is Gracie. Yes, she is. All right, so let's go into our prayers. What else did I want to share with you? Wednesday. Wednesday is the winter solstice. So you can prepare for that. It's going to be high energy. So prepare for that solstice energy by more self-love. I'm going to lead us in a meditation on Wednesday. Michelle Landers and I are doing a program together at 3:00 Eastern time. And I'm going to end it with a meditation, a metta meditation. If you've never done that before, it's beautiful. It's a way to really get us into the self-love and loving kindness that we can shine out into the world. So start preparing yourself for that day now, that your energy is going to be high vibration. That's what you want to bring on that solstice. Bring in your highest vibration. And that's together, welcome winter. We don't have to dread winter. Don't have to think about how cold it might get. It hasn't happened yet. So let's put that energy together to make it a really special time in our lives. All right, so let's get grounded first. How do we ground? With the breath, the help of Mama Gaia. So bring the breath into your heart center. Just breathe it right in there. When you breathe it in, see if something comes into your mind. What are you breathing in? Are you still in the anxiety? Are you still in fear? Are you still in thinking of the unknown? If you breathe that in, then let's release it with the out breath. So breathe in the love, breathe out the love. If there's still a thought about you're doing a what if and it hasn't turned around for you yet, breathe it in. Take that breath into your heart. Go into your heart because that's where the love is. And when you breathe out, release whatever it was that you were anxious about, whatever you were holding as a thought that might possibly happen. Let it go. Just release it. Release illness. Release anxiety, anger, worry, pain. Breathe it out with your out breath. And we're going to do one more time. If you're still focused on it, if it hasn't totally settled down yet, breathe it in again into your heart. This time, when you breathe it out, really let it go with a hard breath out. So it looks like breathing it in. Get it out. Release it. Shake it off. Shake your hands. Shake your arms. Get some movement going. Release that energy. And I said that was the last time, but I feel like we need to do one more because I feel there is some movement happening with it. So what is it? What's there? What's your energy that's stopping you from going totally into trust and faith? So let's breathe in whatever that was into your heart. And really let it go. You know, you don't need to hold on to worry. You don't need to hold on to anxiety. You're not doing yourself any favors. You're not helping anybody else because that's a low vibration energy. And what happens when we put low vibration into that soup, into the mix of all the vibrations of the world, it's bringing it down. We want it to go up. We want it to rise. So that's what we're going to do now. So now, when you breathe in your breath, only love is real. Only love and light is welcome in my heart. I'm only going to focus on love. I choose love. I choose love. And breathe that energy into your heart. Now let it out. Easy. See the difference? We're releasing all the anxieties, all the worries, all the fears. We pushed that away with love. And now we're breathing love in and out. Breathe it into your heart and let it go out into the world. Let it go into that soup. Let it mix in with everybody else's vibration. Because when you add in the love, fear can't reside with love. It's got to go. They can't reside together. You can't be focused on love and be afraid. Doesn't work. Fear is going to take over. So what do you choose? I choose love. So if that's your answer, you're choosing love, breathe it in, take it into your heart, and spread that stuff everywhere. Spread that love out over your loved ones, over those who maybe you have a conflict with. Spread love over them. Just send it out to them. Let's just do something right now. So we all have experiences in life. We have all experienced the contrast. Can't be here in this environment, in the 3D world, and not have contrast. So wherever there has been an energy unlike love, wherever there's been a situation you stepped away from because it was not what you wanted, it wasn't in alignment with you and your energy, just hold that thought. Know what that was. Be aware of it. And I want you to take a deep breath in, and I want you to see the color pink as you breathe in. Breathe in the pink love, the energy that comes from Kuan Yin, the pink ray. Just hold that in your heart as you breathe that breath in. And I want you to send that pink energy to that person, that situation, whatever it was that was low vibration for you. Just send love to it. And sometimes it's not an easy thing, is it? Sometimes maybe that person wronged us or harmed us in some way. I have that in my past. So to clear the energy of it from you and to help somebody, when we do a selfless act of love, it helps us. So that's what we're doing. We're sending that love into that situation, or we're covering that person with that pink light for them to feel it. That's what the goal is. Help them to feel that love. Maybe they're still in their muddy state of, whatever is going wrong in their life. Just send them this blast of love. Just let them feel it from you, because it's given without agenda. It's given without any energy of what if. The only what if is, what if you accept this love? What if you feel what I feel in my heart, which is pure love? Love changes everything. It does heal. So if you did that, thank you. If you sent love into a situation or into a person. And now let's all do it together into the countries where there's unrest, like Peru and Uganda, and any place where there's turmoil and uprisings and whatever the contrast is showing up for them. So if you know of a place, let's focus on Peru. Let's do that. So breathe in love. See it coming right from the Creator. And just pull it into your heart. And everyone, all at one time, let's release that energy. Release it over Peru. Release it over all who are suffering there right now. All the unrest. And see it traveling there from all of us. It came out of every heart that's gathered together, and we send it right in there without worry, without anxiety, with only love. And let's really say that mantra, only love is real, and let that light show up in Peru. And we can do this wherever it's needed, wherever there's something going on. If it's here in the States, there are states that the energy is so heavy and so low vibration, and we can change that. We can affect that energy. Marietta, oh, let's do that. Let's send love to Bob, who's having thoughts of suicide. Let's all do it. Just do it right now. Breathe it in again. Breathe in that pink light, that pink ray of love that's coming from Kuan Yin, coming straight from the Creator. And let's all focus on Bob. We don't know him, but Marietta does. So just send that love to this person that she's bringing to us. Only love is real. Only love and light is welcome in Bob's heart right now. And breathe that love over him. That feels really good to be selfless this morning, doesn't it? To really give loving kindness without agenda other than wanting the very best outcome. So now let's send it over all of our list of people that we pray for every day, those that have been given to us and asked to really lift each other. So everyone that's on our prayer list, let's see them covered with pink, this pink glow of love and light. You sent it to Jess. Yes, indeed. Or she's on our list, so we're sending it to her as well, Kathy. All right, so now let's cover each other in pink. Let's breathe in that energy again, that love and that light. Hold it in your heart and send it to each person here. And we do that on the count of 3, 2, 1. Only love is real. Send that love to each person. Thank you. I love you. Gratitude and love to each one of you that's here today, to each one that will listen to this on the replay. And thank you for being a P for peace. Thank you for wanting more peace in our world, for wanting less of the conflict and more of the love. Oh, thank you, Auntie Jean. Yes, yes. All right, let's love on some Leo. What do you say? Let's see if I can go grab our Leo. Where are you, Leo? He is hiding this morning. Okay. Yeah, he is. Getting out of hiding.
Good morning, Earthlings. It's time to get up and get ready because today's the perfect day to have a great day. Here we go, come on, come on. Come on, let's play. It's a beautiful day. If you woke up this morning, might as well be part of it. One on the peace for peace, on our mission for harmony. You and me, mama, be on the lead. Wherever we thunder, we create a portal where we can be together. The heart telephone is always one phone call away. Waiting on the guys, the angels, and the masters. Take a deep breath and going into our new dimension. Morning cup full of joy every day. To start the day on a high vibe, we call the AAA. Morning cup full of joy with all the P's and the pod. The daily mantra is thank you, I love you, namaste. Morning cup full of joy every day. To start the day on a high vibe, we call the AAA. Morning cup full of joy with all the P's and the pod. The daily mantra is thank you, I love you, namaste. Give me a cup full of joy. Give me a cup full of. Give me a cup full of joy. Give me a cup full of. Full of joy, full of light, full of love. Bottomless refuse, spilling out from the top. Here, the coffee's always hot and the truth is is always yours. The sun is calling out to play, let's put on a show. Today's a new day, we are part of this game. Let's play to win. Love always is the winning team. And you can side with us, there is always no space in the pot. For more love, take a spot and get the day started. Morning cup of full of joy, every day. To start the day on a high vibe, we call the AAA. Morning cup of full of joy with all the peas in the pot. The daily mantra is thank you, I love you, namaste. Morning cup of full of joy, every day. To start the day on a high vibe, we call the AAA. Morning cup of full of joy with all the peas in the pot. The daily mantra is thank you, I love you, namaste. Give me a cup of joy. Give me a cup of love. Give me a cup of joy. Give me a cup of love. Give me a cup of joy. Give me a cup of love. Give me a cup of joy. Give me a cup of love. There really is no secret. We simply accept, align, allow. AAA, morning cup of full of joy every day. Just start the day on a high vibe because the AAA. Morning cup of full of joy with all the peas in the pot. The daily mantra is thank you, I love you, namaste. Morning cup of full of joy every day. Just start the day on a high vibe because the AAA. Morning cup of full of joy with all the peas in the pot. The daily mantra is thank you, I love you, namaste. Give me a cup of joy. Cup of joy. Give me a 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 cup of joy.
Ooh, thank you, Leo. Thank you, everyone. JoAnn, I am so happy that you shared that with her. You know, I encourage you all to share either the blog or the little picture, the graphic that I make every night when I write the blog. I always take an excerpt of what the angels say that's really powerful. Share that with people. Maybe it'll make a difference, and maybe they'll go read the blog and see what the angels have to say. I am so happy that she actually read it. JoAnn, thank you for sharing that with her. And there's our Annie Banani. Thank you, honey, for coming in. Good morning to you. All right. Stay in your hearts. That's where the love is. Okay. If you're in your head and you're worrying and you have anxiety, you're not in your heart. Stay in your heart and stay blessed. I love you all so much. Namaste, y'all. I'll see you tomorrow morning for just a few minutes. Remember, come in early so that we can say hello to each other.